Hi, this is Tasha Miner with Hounds in Harmony. I wanted to talk about the emergency U-turn today. I like to teach this cue for BAT sessions, behavior adjustment training, for IDOGS, for any reactive dog really could use this, but it's a very necessary skill if you're going to start doing BAT. When dogs are approaching a trigger, when they're approaching something that makes them upset in some way, they will want to stay focused on the trigger. I call this the spider in the shower principle. So if there's a spider on the ceiling while you're taking a shower, everything's okay as long as the spider stays on the ceiling. You keep checking it to make sure that it's still up there and not on your person somewhere. As soon as you look up and the spider's not there anymore, then you're going to start to panic. Is it on me? You might, like try to swish your hair off, rinse off extra, make sure it's not touching you. So the same is true for the dogs. They want to make sure that the trigger doesn't get closer to them. Otherwise, they're going to have to go into battle mode to make it go away. We want to avoid that as much as possible, but there will be situations where you're on a walk and unfortunately now you have to get away from a trigger that's too close. You might have encountered it on a blind corner. You might have encountered it and thought they were going to stay away, but now they're coming closer. So you need to be able to get your dog to go away with you willingly. I like to practice this at home first. No trigger, no temptation, no difficulty whatsoever. Basically, all the dog has to do is when you say, "Let's go," then they're going to turn around and walk with you very quickly, very eagerly, because they know when you say "let's go" and you start walking backwards, there's a treat for them at the end of that. You want to reward them for walking with you constantly in the beginning because you want them to stay focused on you. You don't want them to start looking back and trying to get to that trigger. So this has to be a very highly reinforcing game. You have to practice this away from the trigger so that it doesn't always mean that a trigger is present. And you have to make sure that you walk backwards so that you stay engaged with the dog. So I'll make a demo video for this shortly. But if I take over handling your dog at IDOGS and you see me do this, this is why. And then hopefully don't be offended. It's just easier for me to do it sometimes if we're in a crunch moment and another dog's really upset. Then I'll practice the let's go to help them get more distance without being upset and without having to pull on the leash really hard. So get to practicing. Thanks. Bye.